So things that I always try to help people understand is whenever an animal has some type of behavioral issue, a lot of times we need to outline for them what the proper behavior is. So instead of saying, don't chew my couch when I leave, or don't pee on the rug, or don't boss around, the cats, whatever it may be. When we say that to an animal, so again, when we talk to them, it is a ball of energy that we are projecting to them that they are interpreting. And when we say, don't do this, this, or this, we are actually picturing them doing it. So that's a big mistake we make. I remember before I got heavily into animal communication, I used to ride my horse, and he was extremely spooky. And I remember we would be coming around a corner, and I'd see a rock, and I'm like, oh God, don't spook at that rock. Do not spook at that rock. And what am I picturing? I'm picturing him spooking at the rock, and inevitably, he would spook at the rock. What I needed to do is picture for him being calm and confident and ignoring the rock. Ignore the rock, be calm and confident, and just walk past it looking in the other way. So that's what we need to do. So instead of saying, don't pee on the rug, we want to say, I need you to keep my home dry and clean. That means going to the bathroom outside. So when you say that, you're picturing them, keeping your house dry and going to the bathroom outside. When we say, we don't want to say don't boss the cats around. What we want to say is your job is to respect the cats and to allow them to do their job in the home, because they have a very specific job. And that segues right into my next recommendation, is to always give your animals a job and a purpose. Each one of them in your home, different ones, because we don't want them to compete. There's a lot of jealousy sometimes with animals, and we want them to acknowledge that each of them have a very specific job and purpose in your home. When you give them jobs and purposes in your home, you're giving them a focus for some of that nervous energy, and that helps out tremendously. So let's rewind back to the animal, let's say, that was peeing on the rug. We want to say, your job is to keep my home dry and clean. That means peeing and pooping outside. So you're picturing the behavior you want. You're kind of giving them a job and a purpose, so a focus for their energy, which gives them confidence and makes them feel important in the home. And then you want to kind of repeat this many, many times to them, because you really want to enforce it and just kind of let it be something that is present in their mind or their memory. So these are tips to help you if you do have an animal with a behavioral issue. Obviously, if you have a cat, let's say, that's peeing outside of the box, if it is a health issue, that has to be addressed. But in the meantime, we can explain to them, if it is a health issue, I'm going to help you. You're going to explain to the kitty, I'm going to help you feel better. But I need you to continue to use the box. Or sometimes they're peeing outside of the box because the box reminds them of being in pain, which happens a lot. And so sometimes we have to change something within the litter box to kind of rewire that as well. So just a few tips to help you with your animal friends.